Hello, football fans, and welcome back to the Corner Flag podcast. I do apologise that we've been away for a little bit, but I do have a quick announcement just before we get started. Now, this episode is proudly brought to you by Cryo Remedy. Cryo Remedy offer a wide variety of sports recovery products, and what I've got here today are the hot and cold compression sleeves. And I'll tell you what, these things are an absolute lifesaver. Whether you are heating or icing for recovery, the compression sleeve provides complete control and comfort. So no more taping ice to yourself with tape or glad wrap or having to constantly readjust. Check them out on Instagram or at cryoremedy.com.au for a full list of what they can offer and the services they provide. 100% Australian owned. Jump on it. These are used by the likes of Mitchell Pearce and Andrew Nabood, so you can't go wrong at Cryo Remedy. Now, for today's episode of The Warm Up, we've got former Socceroo Nathan Burns. Now, this bloke's an absolute legend, and it was an honour to have him on the pod for this episode. As always, make sure you are liking, following, sharing, subscribing to our content on social media and YouTube. And please sit back, relax, and enjoy The Warm Up with Nathan Burns on the Corner Flag podcast. Today, I'm so excited to welcome former Socceroo Nathan Burns to chat all things football and life. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on, mate. Thanks for being here.
Hey, we've been speaking about this for a long time, and obviously we're both underwater with kids, so it's always hard to, align up. But mate, we got here in the end, and yeah, let's rip in.
Yeah, mate, super pumped, super excited. So just to let you know, for you and the guests at home, I suppose we're going to start off with the warm-up. So if you are new to the pod, it's a quick way to get to know our guest. We're going to give Nathan a quiz about himself and football, and then asking him some rapid-fire questions. So Burnsy, feel free to go into as
Yeah,
much depth as you want, or as little depth if that suits
yeah,
you. But yeah, hopefully the fans out there will get to learn something new about you, and we'll have a bit of a laugh along the way. How does that sound?
sounds good. Sounds good.
Legend. All right, so we are going to start with a little quiz about yourself and your football. So I've researched extensively through Wikipedia and Transfer Market. Not always super reliable sources. So if anything's incorrect or you want to dispute it, feel free to throw that out. All right.
Sounds good.
Legend. All right. So how well does Nathan Burns know Nathan Burns? So you debuted for Adelaide United in the A League, but who was your first start against?
I reckon Melbourne victory. No, 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 no. Wait, I reckon it was over in. Oh, this is up. This is already hard. I know I was off the bench. I remember the game, but I actually can't remember who it was against. Oh, maybe. Yeah, let's go. Maybe it was over in New Zealand.
Was that off the bench?
Yeah,
Yeah, who
I
was
was
your
his
first
first
start
start.
against? I've got your first start written down here.
Oh, okay, let's go victory. I reckon it was against victory.
I've got Sydney FC here.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You know what? It was Sydney FC. It was, and I scored.
Do you remember the
I think I
result?
did. I'm gonna say 2-1
Win or loss?
win.
You're nowhere near this, mate. 4-1 loss
Oh,
is what the
there
record
you
books
go.
have.
There you go.
Do you
Oh,
remember who
well,
scored for
hey,
Adelaide in that game?
so it's 4-1. Was it home or away?
I don't know, actually. You
Just to
lost
just to
4-1.
bring 4-1, so it was probably away. Fernando Rec.
No, it was Nathan Burns.
Oh, there you go, man. I got no idea. Seriously, seriously.
You're
This
onto
is
an
gonna be a
absolute great start here.
this is gonna be a tough game for me, I reckon.
Yeah, that's all right. There's not too many questions. So not that the date matters, but the 21st of January 2007, you scored Adelaide's first ever hat trick. Do you remember who it was against?
Yeah, that's easy. Central Coast Mariners.
It was against Central Coast Mariners. Very good.
Yeah.
Made you retake a
In the
penalty as well.
yeah. Oh no, that was no, that was the
A little
Phoenix
bit
one.
different.
Yeah,
Oh, that
so
was the
Central
Phoenix one. You're
Coast.
right. Sorry, I've gone off
So
script.
I'm actually like this is one I do hold close that I'm actually for two clubs their first hat tricks.
Yeah.
So that's why I know that one. But because I'm pretty
Well, I
proud
was
of that
watching the
moment.
videos and they made you retake that pen, and I was like, oh no. And then That was, you're right. That was for the Phoenix. So well
That
done.
was
It's a
for the
good record
Phoenix.
to
Yeah,
have.
yeah, because they were in the league for like 6, 7 years and no one ever scored a hat trick. And that's what happened. It was like that no one could score a hat trick at the Phoenix, and then they made me retake it. So all the commentators were like, "Mate, it's just set up to miss now." Because he got the first one, and luckily I got the second pen, which is, oh mate, I'm not good on pens, so I was packing it a little bit. Not gonna lie.
I was a decent fan anyway. All right, so you played in the Joey's under 17 World Championships in 2005. What
Yep,
country was that in?
that was in Peru.
Very good. And who did you debut against when you made your debut for the Socceroos?
Socceroos, I think it was Thailand. It was in Bangkok.
It wasn't
No?
Thailand. Well, it's not what I got here.
What do you
Do you
got?
want another crack or not? I got Singapore.
All Singapore. It was Singapore. Yes. So, who did I say? Thailand. Yeah, it was Singapore. Yeah, that's right. And I know for a fact that so my first debut was I who came off? Mark Viduka came off and handed me the captain's armband, and 18-year-old ran on, and I was like, "Do I put it on?" Nah. So I ran over and gave it to Harry Kuehl. So that was like a huge moment for my first cap. So
Yeah,
basically two people I looked up to, posters on the wall back in the day. And then yeah, just basically came on for Mark Viduka, which was pretty cool.
massive. Being a big Leeds fan myself, mate, that was yeah, some pretty big names you're throwing around there. So a couple of
Yeah.
my heroes as well. It's pretty unreal. So it took you 8 years to score for the Socceroos. Do you remember who it was against? I don't know if this is a test of your memory or
Well,
your
I think
geography
I
skills.
think it was in Melbourne. It was the Asian Cup, wasn't it? Nah, to be honest, I don't even know.
I've got Bangladesh here.
Yep, yep,
Do you remember the
yep,
score?
yep. 4-1, 4-0,
Close. 5-0.
5-0. Yeah, I knew it was 4-5-0. It was at Amy Park, wasn't it?
I'm pretty
I
sure,
think it
yeah.
was
I
at
haven't got
Amy.
it written down here, but
Yeah,
when I was looking at it.
yeah.
But yeah, and you did score at the Asian Cup as well, but I don't know if it was your first one. So, do you know your Socceroos cap number?
Uh, you know what? I actually seen it the other day as well. Five, 508 or something? No,
Oh, it was very close. 504.
504. That's right. 504. So,
Yeah. And how many
um,
caps did you get?
close, close. How many caps? I'm gonna say 24. Oh,
Correct.
phew.
I think you're on the
Yeah,
board, mate.
24.
It's only taken us nine questions, but you're on the board.
24. There we go. Honestly, these are tough because I don't know what it was. The way my thought process is and the way I thought was always like I never really looked back. I was always looking forward, and I suppose yeah, even a lot of details like that, dates and stuff. I was never really. I don't know. I just never go back and think of
Mhm.
those kind of things. So I'm just always like, oh, looking forward, looking ahead. So, but yeah,
But
I
you're also
I
a
did
long time
actually see.
removed as well.
Long time, yeah, yeah. I haven't seen him for a long, but I did see the obviously my Socceroo cap the other day when I was in my house, and yeah, I knew it was low fives, and I was very close. So I think me and Mila Jednak were in the same camp, and so we're like side by side. So in the numbers, but yeah, uh,
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember now because I was looking at it last night. The person above you, 503, was Danny Allsop, maybe.
hmm
And then I think it was maybe Milo was maybe after you or the one before that. I
yeah,
can't remember. Yeah, it was
yeah.
a good
Oh,
little
that's
crew
what it
around
was.
you.
Yeah, I was before the captain, so I should have been captain.
So you should have got the armband. Yeah, fair enough. More
Yeah, I
experience.
should have.
How many goals for the Socceroos?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say three or four.
Yeah,
If it
three.
took me if it took me 8 years to get off the mark, then mate, yeah,
Yeah, you made up
definitely
for it later, I
three.
think. But yeah,
Yeah,
a busy first 8 years there. I'm going to give this one multiple choice just because you probably won't remember
fuck.
these numbers. So I'm going to say, how many A League games did you play? Was it A, 49, B, 64, or C, 103?
What was B?
64.
I'm gonna say 64.
Correct.
Definitely.
Multiple choice works for Burnsy, all right?
Yeah, easy, easy. Keep it simple.
Well, how many goals did you score? A, 16, B, 23, or C, 41?
I'm gonna go. Uh, what was the first one? 16 and what? 16.
A was 16,
Yeah.
B was 23, C was 41.
See, I don't think I got 23. I'm gonna go A, 16.
Correct. Correct. Very, very good. Last question. You scored for Ajax in Sydney, believe it or not, as part of a pre-season tournament. Do you remember who you scored against?
The goalkeeper, who was it?
No, no, no.
Or
What team? So you're playing for Ajax
what team?
Athens.
Uh, it was
Well,
Rangers. It was Rangers.
it was. It was
Yeah.
very good.
It
Very
was
good.
a header, I think.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen the
From
goal,
memory.
but just on the stats. Look at you. What can't you do,
Yeah,
huh? Penalties,
that's
headers,
it.
got it all.
That's it. You name it.
All right. Well, that's the end of the quiz. So you can stop sweating now and relax. Stop racking the brain.
I
The
think
rest
I
of
learned
these, you
more than anyone else. I think I was like getting up to date with it all as well. So,
know, taking notes. All good. So these are going to come sort of rapid fire. And yeah, like I said, you can as little or as much elaboration as you want. You're good to go.
yeah. So,
Legend. All right. Pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
not really a fan, nah.
No. No good. Who's your junior club?
Blading Junior Soccer Club out in Central West near Orange.
Very good. What was Nathan Burns, the school student, like?
I was never there. I was always playing soccer. So when I was there,
Even primary
I
school?
think I was a good. Sorry.
Even primary school as well?
Yeah, always playing like cricket, swimming, athletics, cross country, whatever it was. I was always, it just seemed like that's what all I used to do. And being in a country town, I put my hand up for everything. I know, we even used to go to Kellyville for netball at my school. So you name it, I think, yes. I don't remember spending a lot of time at school. Just all
Any chance to get out of
sporting,
class?
the sporting events. I was in the chess club, you name it. But yeah, I think I was good. I think I was a good kid. I stayed out of trouble. Just head down. But yeah, just loved going to school for the sport.
Yep. Lovely. Who were your idols growing up? Either football, non-football, up to you.
Harry Kewell was my idol. He was at Liverpool at the time. And then the Brazilian Ronaldo were probably the two football icons I looked up to.
Yeah, very good. Did you have any superstitions when you were playing?
Not really. I tried to avoid them. Um, I used to only just put the left shoe on first, and then put my right shoe on, and then left shin pad, right shin pad. I kind of figured out early that you want to have something that you can control, because if you have too many superstitions and they don't go right, then you kind of start to panic. So at least
Mhm.
put my left foot on, left shoe was just kind of a bit of routine, but it wasn't superstition. I just yeah, it's just easy.
Yeah, nothing major. Good.
And,
In terms of like a pre-match, did you have a certain meal you needed to eat or something you needed to get done before a game?
um, I think back in the day, we used to always do the cereals, the pastas, but it all changed as we got older. And then when I moved to Greece, it changed completely again because we actually played really late games. And in Greece, you didn't wake up until like the whole in Athens in Greece was like the lifestyle is different to Australia. It's almost the opposite. Like we get up early here in Australia and have a good breakfast where probably wouldn't wake up till like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock in Greece and we'd train at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I'd probably have dinner at like 11 o'clock at night. And that's just, I suppose, the lifestyle they live there. So then, like, mate, I didn't have breakfast, and then you used to wake up for team breakfast in Greece, and then mate, it was just a coffee and a biscuit. Where like here it's omelette, eggs, and everything. So like maybe a
Yeah.
smoke as well. So yeah, a lot of the players did smoke there. So like, yeah, it was crazy, and you know, you just adapt to the, you know, it's the ways and whatnot. So.
Okay, very cool. I asked this to all my guests. VAR, keep it or sack it?
Mhm. I think keep it. I think it's a lot more benefits now, and the way the referees and the linesmen play advantage is awesome. I really think they're doing a good job, and um, yeah, I think you're never gonna get it right. And I think in all codes, we still need to let the referee make a decision because that's football in the end. Like it's not always
Mm.
going to be perfect. So even with VAR, we try our best to get it right, but in the day, it's a game that can, you know, there's human error, and I do believe in the football gods, which is if you get kind of screwed over, then it'll come back and you'll get, you know, get a goal where you need it. So keep it.
Keep it. Done. Who do you support in football? What club?
Sorry.
What club do you support in world football?
I'm a Liverpool supporter this year, so we're doing well. Yeah, so it's funny because yeah,
Um,
it's been a great season and yeah, thoroughly enjoying like they've played good football for the last 5 years, but we've always fallen a bit short. But this year seems right. We'll wait and see.
yeah, we'll see. At time of recording, Liverpool flying high on top of the Premier League. Maybe
That's it.
Burnsy has just jinxed them, though. We'll see.
You just got that feeling, you
Um,
know, like
yeah,
even like Arsenal and Man City, you always got that feeling that Man City was still going to win, you know. And this year, you kind of had that feeling in football that you can't see anyone stopping them. So as hopeful we were previous years, like I think this is the year where it's theirs to lose, but I don't think they will. So
yeah, it's hard. You don't want to get ahead of yourself and think, oh yeah, it's all wrapped up because those teams like Man City or Arsenal could just go win 15 straight and just change everything. So, but they're in a good position at the moment. Messi or Ronaldo?
uh, both, to be honest. Um, I think they're both great. Honestly, like you can say one or the other, your preference is, but the fact they're still doing it at their age and what they've done, I think Messi in the end, because he won the World Cup, has to go down as the greatest player of all time. And if he didn't win that World Cup, then it would have been split. I think it's even. They're both done an amazing job, but in the day, that last World Cup is maybe in that position.
Bit of a legacy there. Can you tell me what was your first car?
Nissan Pulsar,
Triple S.
well, a 6x9 speakers in the back with a subwoofer, um, and an exhaust. And obviously,
Hectic.
I was in the west of Sydney, obviously then, so it fit in very well. So it was
You
good.
fit right in. Fit right in.
Yeah.
Do you have any fears? Anything you're scared of? Worried about?
Not really. I suppose my biggest fear now is my twin girls when they're a bit older, just running the show. But that's about it. They already run the show, so yeah, that's one to look forward to. So
Yeah,
lose sleep over
definitely.
that.
I've got a little girl on the way, mate. So the fear will be shared. Don't worry. Any hidden talents?
Um, I grew up water skiing, so used to be a good water skier back in the day, living out in the Central West. And since retiring, I love golf, but I wouldn't say I'm talented. I like to think I am. Yeah, there's not a hidden niche. It's just yeah, that's the dream. Any talents? Yeah, probably just yeah, water skiing. I was probably not about water skiing growing up.
Do you still get out there or not?
Nah, no, I haven't for years. It's like all those sports when if you're not conditioned for it, like to go as hard as I used to go back in the day, like I'd be so sore now. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'd still if I could get out there and have a crack, I'd probably have a go. My brother's still got a boat and stuff like that and goes out all the time. But yeah, obviously having all my kids the last 4 years has been tough to get out. But they're all starting to grow up now, so more time for water skiing, I reckon, and golf.
Time to get a boat. There you go. Are you binging anything at the moment? TV, podcasts, anything like that? Movies?
Um, I actually went back and watched Entourage for the third time. So I
Go.
just last week, the last episode of Entourage, and mate, that was killer. Like it gets better every time. So
Did you watch the
um,
movie after?
yeah, I've watched the movie. Oh yeah, I should go watch that, but I forgot
Yeah,
the
it's funny.
movie.
Last time I rewatched it, went back to the movie after.
Mm.
So good.
But the last scene on Entourage is the last episode of the TV series was unreal. I forgot what happened, and then I was like, that's great movie, great TV show.
Yeah, it's up there in my top couple of all time. Great show. Uh, what would be the most used app on your phone?
Uh, probably probably TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. Um, yeah, everyone just scrolls, don't they? So especially the kids, you get a bit of free time now. Rather than put on a TV series, you just scroll for 20, and then yeah, that's
It's
just
easy.
it. Trying to think of anything interesting, any other apps on my phone now. Just TikTok, the Instagram, but that's it.
Yeah.
Try and stay off the work emails, to be honest.
Yeah, a bit of doom scrolling. No, I don't have the work emails on my phone. I refuse. I'm like, no, it's not happening. Um,
Mm.
so I'm going to use some youngster chat here. Who would be the biggest flex if I went through your contacts on your phone? So who's the biggest name you've got in there,
Uh, no one,
or
no
could
one
be
that
a social
interesting.
media follower or something like that.
I don't know. No flexing, man. I got no like celebs. Don't know. Obviously, all my old teammates, but yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think I have a flex. I could drop.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, I'm sure one of those teammates is more famous than most of us have got in our phone. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I want to give anyone a big head.
So, yeah, off the top of it, there's a few. I don't know. I'm not no flex. Yeah, flex.
All good. Well, this one might be even harder for you then. Who's the best player you ever played with?
Best player? Oh, that's easy. Well, when I was at AEK, obviously I was with the Brazilian Rivaldo. He came over and played at AEK with me. So, and then before that at Adelaide, I was with Romario, who had a killer career as well. Um, and then Heskey was at Newcastle. Good Johnson came over. Uh, yeah, so some pretty good teammates over the years.
They're not bad. They're okay, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. It was good.
I remember watching
I love it.
Romario play. We went to Brazil, and this is before he came to Australia, and he could hardly
Mm,
move, man. He couldn't get around, but he was the best player on the field. Like,
mm.
it was wild.
Yeah, it was a short 4 weeks in Adelaide, and I got dropped for him to be honest. When he came with his little guest. So thanks for coming. Um, but yeah, I will say Rivaldo experience in Greece because I was good mates with one of the Portuguese guys who spoke English, and he used to invite us over to his house for like barbecues all the time, and he had his whole family in Greece, and we were sitting there having barbecues at Rivaldo's house. Pretty cool looking back on it, and he was such a humble guy. Um, and yeah, that was good moments with him, and also young. I was 21, so I'm like just and he was back end of his career, so I was buzzing.
Maybe just call the boys back home. What are you doing? I'm just at a barbecue with Rivaldo at his place, just
Yeah,
hanging.
just hanging. He didn't speak to me. He didn't speak to anyone. He had his little. Brazilian clique. But yeah, there was obviously I just was part of that group. And, yeah, the Portuguese guy was one of my good mates, so I used to always tag along. Yeah, he was man, he
Yeah.
was always open to like everyone could come in, and I think that's the Brazilian way with his family and stuff like that. So it was great. There was always like 20, 30 people there. So it was actually like entourage, to be honest. So he just welcomed everyone and was like just very giving guy. So it was good.
Oh, it's good to hear those sorts of things about those kind of people. Favorite kit number?
Uh number 11. Number 11 is my favorite. With Socceroos, you get stuck with like when someone gets dropped, you come in and take that number. So I got 16 and held 16 for a while, and then by the end, 16 was probably my number. And who wants 16? Let's be honest.
Is
But
there
I
a
did
reason for 11?
sorry.
Is there a reason for the number 11 or just like it?
I was kind of a left winger, so 11 and 10 were always kind of my two numbers. I had a few games with number 10 on my back for Socceroos too, so it was pretty cool. But yeah, the game kind of changed when I was growing up. 4-4-2, everyone played, but then it went to the 4-3-3 kind of situation, and like left wing was always the number 11 kind of thing. So,
Very good. Who would your best mate in football be?
um, probably Spiranovic in Melbourne, and then Bruce Jitte, good mates, grew up together our whole career. Um, and then probably those two who we spent the most time with. Um,
Mm,
it's always hard because I spend most of my time overseas, so it's hard to build. Like in the A League, it's a lot easier to build those relationships. But when you're overseas, you kind of. I was 7 years in Asia, and there's only one Asian spot for Australian players. So most of the time, I was in the team by myself. And then, like even in Korea, I was like there was Corny was there, Hamill, but they're all in different teams, and you see them once a month or something if you're lucky. So yeah, that's the one thing about the A League that I loved coming back and having those little stints back in Australia just to get around the boys again. But yeah, it is very hard being in Asia, being the only Asian player. So there's a lot of time where you're by yourself.
yeah, I bet that would be very difficult. What do you miss most about playing?
The cash. That's yeah, you get paid well, and yeah, I miss the pre-seasons, the pressure. Yeah, no, it's actually yeah. Besides what you see in the great stuff, yeah, it's really really good, but like you don't get that often, and a lot of it is you're injured, you're doing pre-seasons, you've been dropped, all those things, off contract. There's a lot of stuff that goes behind it, which you don't see, and that's I don't miss any of that because when you start at such a young age, you just go through all the way until 35. You don't actually look back, you're just in it, and then yeah, and then basically yeah, the goals are great. Like when you score those moments, so good. But yeah, I'm happy that it's all done and dusted now because yeah, I left everything out there and yeah, it was good. It's good to move into the next chapter, which is family and stuff like that.
Very
But yeah,
good. Good answer.
the cash and the bonuses, yeah, not bad those bonuses. So and then when you're in the real world now and you realize how good they are, then it's even better. So
Yeah.
um, but yeah,
Yeah. So take
we
away
had
from
one.
that.
Sorry,
Sorry, I was going to say take away that we missed the cash. Yeah.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah. Sorry, what were we going to say?
Yeah, there was one little because we were at a bottom club in Korea. We didn't win many games. We were in relegation the whole time, and they used to have these crazy bonuses that they doubled every time you won. So, for example, if you went two games, it was 2 grand a win, 4 grand, 4 grand, 8 grand, 16 grand a game, because they know you're
Hmm.
never going to win four in a row. You're in
Yeah.
relegation, so you're lucky. But if we got into 2 games winning streak, and then obviously you didn't get picked, mate, you're absolutely devastated. Which is a lot to do with European football as well, where A-League doesn't have that because it's all salary cap league. So when you're missing out on money and you're not playing, it's actually, it's like you're happy for your boys, but they just got their win bonus and you sitting on the in the stands or
Mm.
whatever. Yeah,
Mm.
it's a different mentality, and that's why it's a bit more cutthroat overseas. And I can't remember who it was. Ah, anyways, yeah,
Yeah, fair enough. So if you had one food only you could eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
probably carb up, pastas. I can eat pasta, I can eat pizzas, and maybe some bread. I think that's what consists. Like you could just if you had to go all the time, do that. That's probably the safe. But my favorite food's probably schnitzel, chicken steak.
Good choice. Last question. If you could be an Olympian in a sport other than football, what would it be? And this is doesn't matter about your physical attributes or whatever. What do you think would be the best?
The Olympics.
Yeah.
I'm already a scratch golfer, so no, I'm just joking. Um, Olympics, yeah, I'd love to play golf, but I'd probably be let me think. What else? Uh, Diving? Give me some
Diving.
diving. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Like
don't see me as a
synchronized.
diver?
Oh,
Nah,
just
nah. Just high. Platform diving.
everyone
Look,
picks like the 100
look,
meters or something. You've gone diving.
diving. No, man, I'm not winning 100 meters. No way. I'm good over. I was quick over 20. I was always quick over 20. But then after that, small legs, man, just get mowed down. Yeah,
All right.
maybe
Well, Nathan
put me,
Burns, the
put me in
Olympic
a
diver.
put me in a speedo. Yeah, put me in a speedo, and I'll jump off a board for you. See how we go.
Might not do well, but I'll do it. I'll do it. Oh, that's great. Well, that's the last question from our rapid fire, mate. So thank you, Burnsy. I hope everyone at home sort of enjoyed getting to know you that little bit better. I know they're going to enjoy that. There's a couple of nice little stories creeping in there as well. So thanks for coming on to the warm up, mate. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, thanks, mate. I appreciate it.
Good fun. Good luck with it all. And obviously, there's a lot of great stories out there in football, and I've heard a lot of them. But yeah, there's even more that just pass on, and even the modern footballer now is changing with social media and contracts and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, to get the inside, it's really good because you can always learn heaps from people. So
Legend. Thank you. There you have it, football fans. The warm up is done with former Socceroo Nathan Burns. Keep your ears to the ground because we'll soon be looking to drop the home leg and the away leg of our chat with Nathan Burns, where we really dive deep into his career inside and outside of football as well. So please, thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you're sharing, liking, following, subscribing, doing all those things you do because they really do help. So again, thank you so much for joining us, and remember to celebrate with the corner flag.